Good evening, everyone. A new hot button bill coming out of the state capitol today. An Oklahoma lawmaker says he plans on filing a measure that would allow Oklahomans to sue doctors who perform abortions. News 4's Caitlin Ogle on the story for us. Katie.
Well, if the bill is signed into law, plaintiffs would be able to seek up to $10,000 in damages in civil court against doctors who performed the abortion. But a Democratic lawmaker I spoke with and the ACLU calling this political theater and a waste of your taxpayer dollars.
It's a vigilante type of legislation.
Someone could use it in a very revengeful way.
Representative Trish Ranson and the ACLU reacting to another representative's plan to file a bill allowing Oklahomans to sue a doctor who performed an abortion after conception on someone else. They could also sue anyone who helped the patient get the procedure. If the plaintiff wins in civil court, they could get up to $10,000. The bill, which will be filed by Representative Sean Roberts of Hominy, is similar to a portion of Texas Senate Bill 8, which went into effect on September 1st.
He believes we have women or individuals from Texas coming to Oklahoma to seek legal abortion.
Representative Roberts also posting data from the state health department showing an uptick in Texas women coming into Oklahoma to get an abortion.
Having to be able to drive somewhere for an issue like this is just fraught with issues.
People become ashamed of the decisions that they're making.
Roberts saying, quote, the pro-life citizens of Oklahoma should have the ability to help hold these doctors accountable. And adding, quote, individual citizens are an extremely important part of making sure that we are protecting the lives of the unborn. The ACLU and Representative Ranson calling this a waste of time and taxpayer money.
Right now, we already have a law on the books. It is a trigger law that should Roe v. Wade be overturned, then abortion would be outlawed in the state of Oklahoma.
Oklahomans will take alternative measures if they want to end their pregnancies.
Now, we tried to talk with Representative Roberts, who is filing this bill, calling his office 4 times today. So far, no response. But legislators have until January 20th to introduce bills and resolutions, and the session begins February 7th.